Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Monday, September 28th, 2020. And as I was going through some of my research this morning, I noticed something unusual that I wanted to share with you. I hadn't noticed this before, or I did not remember it if I had. So I'm going to share it with you. It was quite interesting to me, and I think you might find it interesting as well. So I'm going to use all four instruments, and the setup is going to be intraday open, and it's going to be getting long. Now, the pattern that we're going to be looking at is simply gapping up on Mondays. So if I go into opening filters and select gap up in the gap direction, that just means you're opening above the prior day closing price. And then I'm going to go into calendar and select that today is Monday, and then hit view results. And here we go. So these are the results of gapping up on a Monday, going long at the open, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, and exiting at the close. Now, if you just eyeball this chart, you see it's kind of a choppy mess, and you see the stats over here that are pretty neutral. We've got a bunch of samples, but what was so interesting to me is this year has certainly been different. And you can see that here in the equity curves where they are all spiking up to the upside here. And if we go over and take a look at the table below, we can see the recent results. We have this broken down in different time periods, but you can just look at like the last year. Gapping up on Mondays has been going higher than, or has been closing higher than the opening print about 80%, a little bit over 80% of the time in the S&P. That's on 28 samples, so not a huge sample size, but this is pretty consistent. So if I look at the NASDAQ, you'll see another 28 samples, 75% of those have ended up with what would be a green daily candlestick. If we go to the Dow, 79% out of the 29 samples have finished with a green candlestick, and the Russell, 71 out of 28 samples here have finished with a green candlestick on Mondays when gapping up. Now, obviously, this is not the norm. If you look here at the equity curve, you know there's not a long-term trend that's happening here, but for whatever reason this year, and it looks like it goes back a little bit further than just the beginning of the year. Some of these starting. Here's the NASDAQ here in the orange. You can see it starts somewhere around here, which is December of 2018. So some of them start in February of 2020-ish, January, February 2020. But for whatever reason, this year has been really strong for gapping up on Mondays. I have no idea why. If you guys do, I'd love to hear your ideas on what might be happening there to cause Mondays to be so much stronger this year than they normally do. If you got a comment like that, please post it here in the comments section. I'd love to hear your ideas, and maybe we can figure out what is happening here. But hopefully you found that helpful. Good luck today, and we'll see you next time.